After Hong Kong's embattled leader banned face masks at protests, pro-democracy demonstrators were on the streets wearing masks. The decision by the city's chief executive, Caryn Ceolin, to use a colonial-era law that hasn't been used in decades to target the face masks and the anonymity they provide to more violent protesters was an attempt to stop the city's months of unrest. Instead, it immediately unleashed one of the worst outbreaks of violence so far. This was the scene as night fell. In the hours after the ban took effect, mass demonstrators took to the streets to vent their anger. They vandalized businesses and subway stations, forcing nearly all of the city's subway lines to shut down and leaving shopping malls shuttered. Lam condemned the night of arson and vandalism, adding it only reinforced her decision to invoke the emergency powers.
Fight for freedom!
Undeterred by the ban, massed crowds marched through the city's main roads chanting anti-government slogans and formed a human chain with new fury.
It is not a criminal that we wear a face mask.
The UN human rights chief is calling for an investigation after violence in the city escalated to new heights in recent days. She slammed the face mask ban, but also had strong words for protesters.
Freedom of peaceful assembly, but we're talking about peaceful assembly, should be enjoyed without restriction to the greatest extent possible. But on the other hand, we cannot accept people who use masks to provoke violence. That is also not acceptable.
On Friday night, a 14-year-old boy was hit in the leg by a gunshot. On Saturday, Hong Kong police defending that shooting, saying the off-duty officer opened fire in self-defense after he was attacked. Earlier in the week, a police officer shot and critically wounded an 18-year-old student. It was the first time a live round was fired at a protester.